Now Billy's trouble level is like a wild cooking show. If Ryan becomes another patriot, it's game over. After saying that, his wife gently strokes Billy's face, as if saying, "Don't worry, you've got this." Billy was about to speak, but his wife vanished. It was all an illusion. Still, Billy decided to act. The decapitated lady got an email from him. When the lady opened the email, it was a chrysanthemum photo. Ouch, eyes burning. Recovery. 3 years, maybe. Indeed, embarrassment triggers laughter. Billy slowly pours himself a drink, and a new plan forms in his mind. Many are puzzled as to why the choice that died in the cloak would resurrect in season 4. In reality, what his group used as stand-in, leaving him curled up drawing all day. He felt utterly helpless about yesterday's bizarre act. So he approached the locomotive to dig for some intel. But hey, that's just Ash's unbeatable status in waters. The locomotive didn't know what to say and left. In fact, Ashu had the right to pass down. Ryan is Ash's spawn. So, Ashu called up some Waters staff to create a live poster for Ryan and set him up with a debut plan. Upon hearing this, the big brain chimed in, "Hey, we got to craft a high-end life image for Ryan. In this manner, the distinctive branding of the Son of God has emerged and come into being." Ryan's rise to fame is like effortlessly wielding a kitchen knife, while at the same time, the big brain had a script ready. In the script, the bank robber is easily caught by the Son of God, and then Ryan just has to bask in the applause. The director specifically instructed Ryan, "You must remember this line, because delivering this line might just cost one's life. It's no joke." In the investigation, they discovered it was all part of the big brain scheme. So they decided to tail him and see what's next in the agenda. Big Brain sought to recruit the superhuman firecracker. Seeing them chat in a room, Frank, Siamese, and Old Black immediately eavesdropped. To their surprise, the monitor showed the room was empty, when suddenly, the door swung open. Big Brain arrived with Firecracker, only to be targeted and trapped. Now, it's Firecracker's moment to shine. If Firecracker can take care of them, the Big Brain promises him a place in the superhuman 8. Seeing Firecracker about to act, the trio didn't hold back. Siamese lunged to choke Firecracker, while Old Black snatched a rifle and took down 2 enemies. Amidst the chaotic attacks, it became a complete mess. Firecracker's boyfriend was furious, and it seemed he too was splitting. In an emergency, Old Black and Frank fled, closing the door, as split personalities dislike clothes. But to their surprise, a bunch of naked folk stormed in, guns blazing, while Siamese and Firecracker battled it out. The party was ruined. The room erupted in chaotic gunfire. Siamese and Firecracker fought fiercely at the auction. They created valuable flowing images, while Frank and Old Black were completely out of bullets, so they went hand to hand with the naked crew, when suddenly Billy arrived just in time, armed with a sheath stick, catching the naked folks off guard. He performed an astonishing pants peek, and the trio was saved. Sensing the moment, Firecracker escaped, leaving no pursuers. Big Brain's plan spun out of control and messed up Ryan's show. It involved the director robbing a bank and kidnapping a girl. Ryan successfully distracted the director, but suddenly, Ash swooped in, throwing Ryan into a whirlpool of dual roles. In Ash's view, he could shine, Ryan succeed, Waters benefit, but Ryan ended up sobbing on the couch at home. Ashu was left puzzled, realizing it was Ryan's kindness that got in the way. Who knew this minor thing could trouble him? After all, toys are worthless once discarded. Ashu felt gloomy, pointing at Ryan. Accept it or not, this is reality. This is life. He snatched away the milk tea and left. Though tricked by the Big Brain, Zee and Starlight scored crucial intel from the enemy locomotives. They planned to surveil the locomotive, who was kind to his nephews out of guilt, yet forbidden by their brother. The locomotive secretly took kids out and was caught by their brother. In front of them, he accused the locomotive of hypocrisy, saying it was all a big scam. The brother accused the locomotive of never saving anyone, just a soulless actor. Zee and Starlight thought they hadn't noticed them. However, returning to the office, they found the locomotive waiting. He tossed the USB with surveillance footage of fans' deaths. This proves the real culprit was Starlight's fans. The locomotive gave it out of gratitude for sparing his family embarrassment. Starlight's fans were acquitted. Seeing fans cheering, Starlight finally unloaded his burden. embracing his true identity as Starlight in the Superhuman Deceivers group. Embracing goodwill made Starlight a cherished positive image. Thus, he raised his arms, accepting cheers. Meanwhile, Ashley wasn't idling either. Under his leadership, the new Superhuman Deceivers group took root, and this time, Ashley truly split. Under his command, the Deceiver squad was finally full. The big brain resigned boldly, not to be outdone, recommending Firecracker, key to battling Starlight. Firecracker was to guard his family's status, and Ash shared insightful wisdom with him, hinting that this guy was no ordinary character. Don't underestimate Firecracker's plain appearance, because in the big brain's eyes, he was the best candidate to fight Starlight. First of all, they had history since childhood, having been rivals at the training camp. Originally, they were strong contenders, but Starlight blurted out Firecracker's secret. I've already become a 30-year-old enforcer, unable to bear the gaze of the crowd. Firecracker had to withdraw. At 13, he stood like a shooting star, tears welling up. He vowed that everyone must see him. There's only one way to become renowned in this world, and that is to join Waters. This is how he could reignite hope, and Starlight's brilliance would fade away.